Hello, welcome back to my channel, A Blessed Budget. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you're notified that I am budgeting. Before I get started, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to budget with me and support me during this financial journey as I navigate through how to make my money stretch through the month. And to all of my viewers, I hope after this video you will consider subscribing. I just want to start off by saying thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. I do appreciate your support and love. I do see you guys all. And also, I do want to thank you for the comments and showing your support to me. It really do means a lot to me. My channel is growing and I do see it. And I do appreciate you all so much for joining me. And we are going to go ahead and get started with our October paycheck budget tracker. We're going to be closing out the week 2 and we're going to be setting up week 3. So we're going to go ahead and get started. October paycheck budget tracker, it ran from the 8th through the 14th for me. So what we had in the income section, oh yeah, don't come for me for my nails. My daughter was playing with dip powder last night and we came up with this style. Okay, so we did roll over $369.19 for number 1. We did roll over $726.65 for rollover number 2. That means account 2. For car maintenance, we did bring in $93, and then we had source number 3 come in at $522. You guys, I'm twisted up in the head. This is October, we're in November. Stop it. Oh my gosh, you guys, don't even mind me. You guys, don't mind me. I'm talking to you. It was kind of looking a little suspect to me too. That's why I was like, what happened? You guys, don't mind me. Let's start this over again. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So November, paycheck budget tracker ran from the 11th. From 11/5 through 11/11, okay? We're going to get back on track. Don't worry about October. October, we've been done closed that out. Don't worry about that part. Okay, so for rollover number 1, we're going to be closing out week 2 of November, not October. And for rollover number 1, we have $891.30. For rollover number 2, we have $827.12. Car maintenance came in at $40 because I was like, source number 3. I haven't received source number 3. So how am I saying source number 3? But anyways, okay. So car maintenance came in at $40. We did receive source number 4 at $2,162. I did receive source number 4 again at $50 and at $9.69. So altogether, our income total for week 2 of November was $3,980.11. So the bills that have to be paid this week was half of our card note, which was $160, the internet at $54.99, Apple Care for my iPad was $3.49, Netflix was $9.99, and the Way was $10. So altogether, that came up to $238.47. Leaving us a leftover of $3,741.64. So we're going to go ahead and move down to our variable expenses. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So for gas, we had actually spent $50. Food out, we spent $16.83. For school, this is me parking on my campus. That was $6. I spent, even though I didn't budget me anything or nobody else, nothing, I spent $215.81. For daughter, she spent $15.28. My son did not receive nothing. Miscellaneous received $103.37. Car maintenance received $40. And I do have a date night coming up, and that was $70. So altogether, our envelope total for week 2 was $517.29, giving us a leftover of $3,224.35. So as you know, when, we get money. We like to place it in our sinking funds, but if there's not enough, I can't worry about it. So obviously we had enough money to put into our sinking funds this week. So the only two sinking funds that I was worried about this week was the emergency. I wanted to replenish my emergency. I know you guys seen last month where I had to pull $700 out of my emergency. And I did put that back plus more. So for our sinking funds, we have emergency, and I do just abbreviate that because I don't like to write out the full word. So we did put $1,000 away in our emergency, and our car maintenance, I did abbreviate that as well, received $500. So altogether, our sinking total was $1,500. That left us with $1,724.35. We had no extra debt to pay this week, so we are going to be rolling over the extra money. So for rollover number one, we're actually rolling over $676.31. And for rollover number two, we're actually rolling over $1,048.04. So that gives us a savings total of $1,724.35. That just helps us pay for next week's bills. So next week is week 3. We're going to go ahead and set up for week 3 of November and not October. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with week 3 of November. So this week of November, it runs from November 12th through the 18th. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the income section. So for income, we only have our rollover that we rolled over from last week. So we have rollover number 1, and I did budget that at $676.31. And we have rollover number 2, and we have that budgeted at $1,048.04. And these are the only two income sources that I do plan to receive. If you're new to my channel, I don't disclose where my income comes from. I just disclose the amount of income I do receive. And I don't disclose the full amount of rent that is due each month. I just disclose my portion only and what I am responsible for. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and add up this income we have for week 3. Okay, so that do give us a income total of $1,724.35. Okay, so the bills that have to get paid this week are the car insurance is due this week, and that is due on the 14th. We also have Disney Plus, and that is also due on the 14th as well. I am going to budget my lights. Even though I did move, I haven't received a light bill yet, but I'm going to budget for it this week because where I lived at before, it was due within this week. So I'm going to have it due within this week as well. I did have to switch light company providers. So I'm no longer with Southern California Edison. It's a different light company. So we have green light due this week as well. Even though this might not be a bill no more for me because I don't know. It's because like my son, he uses his green light card sometimes and his account is frozen. So it's because I haven't been paying, but it's because they haven't been taking the money out for it. You see, I be budgeting for it every month, but they don't take it. So, oh well, that's on them. If he loses his account, I'll just get him another account because he depends on his green light card to buy V-Bucks and do all the PlayStation stuff. So Anyway, so we have Pandora due this week as well. Pandora. And that is actually due on the 16th. We have Apple Care. And this is for the phone. And that is due on the 18th. And then we have The Way. And that is due on the 12th. Okay, so these are all the bills that we have to pay for week 3 of November. We're going to go ahead and fill in the budgeted portion. So for our car insurance, it was $226 and some change. Now it's $228.10. So I don't know why it's like going up and down $1 or $2. So Disney Plus, we are budgeting $199, and I believe for Disney Plus, next month is our last month paying $1.99, and I think it's gonna go to like $7.99, or we'll see. So for the lights, I am going to budget $100, even though I don't think my first bill would be that high. Green light, we are going to be budgeting $4.99. Pandora, we're budgeting $5.99. My Apple Care for my phone. Okay, so for Apple Care for my iPhone, we are going to be budgeting $13.49, and then The Way is $10. So we are going to go ahead and add up all of our bills for the week 3. Okay, so we do get a bill total of $364.56. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and take my income total of $1,724.35. I'm going to subtract $364.56, giving us a leftover of $1,359.79. I am going to bring that down here to our envelopes, which varies every day. Okay, so with this leftover money, we are going to go ahead and budget for gas this week. And I always budget $60 for gas every week. Food out this week, I do have pending transactions, so I am going to budget $40. For me, I am going to budget me $200 because there's things I want to get for Black Friday, and I want to be able to get those things during this week. My daughter, I am not budgeting her anything this week. My son, that don't mean she's not going to get nothing this week, but I'm not budgeting or planning for her to receive nothing this week. And that is also for my son as well. I'm not planning on spending any money on him this week as well. Household, I don't plan to spend any money in the household this week as well. We are expecting rain in my area this week, so I want to get my car washed, but I'm not going to get that done, so I am not going to budget nothing for that. School, I am going to budget the $6 for school because I do need to park. And I am going to be budgeting date night. And date night, I am going to be budgeting $160. Let me see what else. Is there anything else I need to budget for? Oh, miscellaneous. So miscellaneous, miscellaneous is like one of those categories where you don't know what you're going to be spending something in. So therefore, I'm not going to budget nothing for miscellaneous, even though, it might be some miscellaneous things going on. According to my notes, I do have something budgeted for household. I do have $20 budgeted for a household this week. Okay. So I do have 20 budgeted for this week according to my notes on the side. So I believe this is all of the envelopes that we have for this week that I am budgeting for. We are going to go ahead and add up our envelopes to get an envelope total now. Bring me out the plastic, I've been acting brand new. Bitches acting like they running shit, they really. Okay, so that gives us an envelope total of $486. Okay, so when I subtract our $1359.79, I subtract our $486, that gives us a leftover of $837.79. We are going to go ahead and move that up over here to our extra savings. So that would be $837.79. Okay, so with this area of my budget planner, I do just use this area to roll over money to help us pay bills next week. I do all of my savings up here in the sinking fund area right here. Anything I need to save for, I will do it up in this area. 9 times out of 10, I won't have anything extra savings wise go. So we're going to go ahead and divvy out these coins between accounts. So I do budget out of 2 accounts. I have my main account, which is account number 1, and my second account, which is account number 2. I budget from 2 different checking accounts, 2 different bill accounts, because people be all up in your business. You understand what I'm saying? People be all up in your business. Get me up in my business. So yeah. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and divvy up this money, and I will be back. Okay, so I did go ahead and do the math, and we have rollover number 1 scheduled at $571.32, and we have rollover number 2 at $302.47. So that do give us a savings total of $837.79. with 0 left over. This is what you call a zero-based budget, even though you don't have $0. You just made sure that all your money has a place to go. I know my money is going towards bills this week, variable expenses, and next week for bills again. So that's how my cycle of budgeting going. It goes bills, variable, next week, make sure them bills get paid again. So I want to thank you all so much for joining me today in this budget with me. I really, really do appreciate it. And to all of my new subscribers, I see you guys. I see you all. And I thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for joining me today in this budget with me. It is appreciated. And until next time, you all take care. Bye-bye.